Welcome to Industrial PLC Applications, and this video is the last in our counter series, part 4, using variables for the program value and the current value. In the past 3 videos, we learned that the count up, count down, reset, or load inputs had to be booleans, and we used discrete I/O such as _IO, _AM, _DI, 05. And for the program value and the current value, we had to use dints. So in our example here, what are high-speed target or high-speed cycle count? There are no yellow warning signs, so this can't be a mistake. And this counter input, PV and LCD, are dints, and we have to look to find their values. Well, I guess the first step would be the variable selector or variable monitor. Well, that's no help at all. There's nothing here about the PV or CD, so they can't be aliases. So, what exactly are they? If we look a little further down the variable selector, we find there's some other dints, but they have no values. So, does this mean that counters won't count? No, it just means that they get the marching orders elsewhere rather than immediate instruction. We have to do something. When the counters or timers, or other instructions, have variables instead of an actual value, the variables are nominees. That is, a variable created to act like a placeholder, which allows the program to rewrite the target instruction and insert a different count number, etc., without having to stop the process or go into program mode. We're going to take a very quick detour here with a sidebar instruction. The move instruction, MOV, is used very often in a lot of programming. So there are a couple of different moving data instructions. There's the MOV or move and the COP, copy, which behave somewhat differently. Both of them are an instruction class known as destructive. That is, they will write over any existing data. In this particular instruction, you only have 2 parameters that you can enter, I1 and O1. I1 will be the source variable of the information to be moved. It can be a particular number if you want to know just a single number, or it can be another variable location. The O1 is the destination variable of the information to be used. The source and destination must be of the same data type and size. You can't put a Mack truck into an orange, and move instruction instructs the PLC to take the value of the I1 variable, the source, and place it into another variable, the O1 destination.
Alright, so we have to actually always when we start manipulating data through nominees. They count up and I'm using the 25, 26, and 27 to determine the number of cans that will fit in the box that we're looking at. So the number that we're going to count, select, then I trigger 25 is going to be 6, and 7, and 25. And we've also got one variable called count that looks at the current value of the counter. Now on these move statements, you'll notice I've also put the examiner off of the not condition. So basically, in order for me to move this 6 in the box select, only the 25 can be selected. In this way, you can't leave one on. For example, I've got 27, let's just move 18, okay? And then 25. 25 is not going to move that 6 because it's mutually exclusive. In this way, if someone wants to switch on dirty contact, etc., they're not going to end up with the wrong value to the tender. Also, when you're working with these, after you've done your program, keep in mind that this variable is quite likely going to be empty. It's going to say nothing because you haven't run the program. So when you're doing it, there's the console download with values. And this is where that decision really becomes important. You have to think about what it is you're trying to do. So you're overwriting what's already there, or you're just updating it. That's the first time. Okay, so let's toggle our counter. And we'll see false go true, and then false again, which allows us to add it now. Now notice, as add CD was correct, we've done it once. And let's go and take a look at this one called hand count. And here it is here, and what you have is a copy, an exact copy, going at the same time. So this, right now, is a local variable, but I could have made that a global variable, so that if for whatever reason, say I have another PLC or another program where I want to send the can counts to, to get concentrated, or if I want to continue to have it, say the total cans I've done, then I can use that with someone else. So let's just toggle that a couple of times. And for each transition I make in the top here, it's also being registered in location. So once I get finished, notice that I left the switch on. The pulse is still saying, yeah, but I haven't seen the false yet. Okay, now I'm going to take it one more time. I'm now at 6, and my key is turned on. Let's do a 22, just to see if it's reloaded. So it's going to take the value, and it's going to return our can count back to 0. At the same time, the CD and the can count are both being manipulated. We have another down. Let's scroll this for a second. Alright, so when we're looking at count down counter, the same criteria, you have to keep in mind that there's actually a double move that's going on here. First, we're going to take this value about something whatever gets moved into this. It's going to write that to our program value. But at the same time, this is not going to change until we trigger this load. And it's going to copy the value here and put it into an account to start an account. As the count up counter normally starts from 0, we don't have to worry about it. But here, we have to tell it where the top row is, and then start counting down. So let's do that. Similar. So I'm going to do the math on this. Okay, so let's load that up. And 6 here, we have 6 here, we have 6 and 6. And we're looking at a 10, and watch it happen at the same time. And let's say, let's try to see what it's found. Let's say somebody tries to change the value of the box empty to the string. So right now we're at we have 6, that's 3, so let's make that 12. Okay, so if I carry counting down, it hasn't been written into the new count. Now if I keep trying to count down, nothing's going to happen. Now I can't do anything until this has a value to count down from. So when I hit my load, that's when the new value gets kicked in. So at the same time, we can use this pound, just like before, we can use it elsewhere. So it's exported, it's making the actual CD value exported into another nominee called handcount. So when you're working with it, if you see in these boxes of a timer or a counter, another instruction, basically it's another copy of it that's storing that location as well as in the box instruction, so you can manipulate it in that part of the program.
You can begin to see the flexibility and power of using nominees to replace fixed variables. This approach is used extensively since it allows for quick process changes without human intervention. After contact, coil, timer, and counter instructions, move instructions are the most often used since they expand the possibilities of automation. This concludes our series on counters. Thanks for watching.